So the next morning, George made up his mind to live like a pigeon. It turned out that birds had special pecking equipment. Keeping up with pigeons was hard work if you didn't come with wings. Plus, pigeons didn't have to wait for the don't walk light. Being a cat looked like a lot less work than being a pigeon. Now, this was the life. And no one made Gnocchi clean her room. Plus, cats took a bath wherever they wanted. Whenever they wanted. A cat bath was okay, if you didn't mind a hairy mouth and a spitty face. Maybe being a cat wasn't for George either. Fish never had to stop playing to take a bath. But George wasn't good enough at holding his breath to be a fish for very long. Turtles got to choose their own bedtimes. They just pulled their heads inside. But being a turtle was a pain in the neck. George never realized that Hundley spent so much of the day playing. This was fun. Only his hands weren't used to being dog paws. George realized he needed a few small changes to be a good dog.
Well, what is this?
Well, Hundley, it looks like we have 2 lobby dogs today. What do you think of that?
Say bye-bye, doggies.
George, what are you doing? Are you looking for syrup? Well, first you'll have to tap the tree. Oh, no, not tap like knocking. I mean a tap like a spigot. You know, I've got an extra bucket if you'd like to make your own syrup. First, you have to find a maple tree. Now, a maple tree has gray bark and deep ridges that run up and down like this. And they have 5 pointed leaves like this.
Oh. Yeah, look. The bottle tells you what kind of leaves to look for.
Then you drill a small hole angled up for best sap flow, then hammer in the spigot. No, it doesn't hurt the tree, George. Right now, it's like the trees are sleeping. They don't need their sap until spring when the weather gets warmer and they put out leaves. Got it? Now, hold on. You'll need these, too. I'll get another set from the barn.
Here you go, George. We did it! Hey, George?
It took a while, but George's bucket was finally full.
Ooh. Whoops, wait! I'll help you. bucket lifting machine. Or an elevator.
Or a cow. George figured with Leslie's help, he could lift the bucket off the tap.
Ready? 1, 2. Oops.
It wasn't a whole bucket of syrup, but it would still cover a lot of pancakes.
Come on.
Okay. Pancakes? For me?
Yep, and syrup. And we made it. Well, the tree made it, but we tapped the tree all by ourselves.
Wow. Very moist.
That doesn't taste like syrup at all. Grandpa's trees must be broken.
No. The trees aren't broken, George. Maple syrup trees give sap, not syrup.
Sap?
Sap becomes syrup after it's boiled down. Luckily, you've come to the right place. We boil it right here at the sugar shack.
Oh, yeah!
Now, this will take a while, and if we leave it too long, it can boil over, burn, and be ruined. So we have to keep an eye on it.
It took forever.
Looks like it's ready. What do you say to that? Leslie, how did you get out?
Whoops. I think she wants syrup. Cows like syrup a lot. George, the syrup! It's going to boil over.
No matter how hard he blew, George couldn't cool the syrup down.
Leslie.
Maybe if they fanned it.
I thought you didn't know anything about making syrup. Well, you knew butter stops syrup from boiling over. Well, here you are, your own bottle of syrup. It takes a whole lot of sap to make a little bit of syrup.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, George. Best syrup ever.
Luckily, a little bit of syrup has a whole lot of taste.
Here's one of my completed works.
Oh, we also heard something like a bag of rocks dropping. Do you use rocks in your work?
No. Oh, that was a bag of groceries. It fell off the counter.
Professor Wiseman says I should show my drawings to Dr. Forbin, but she didn't say why. She only said it's a great chance and I should hurry over. Come on. Can't be late.
I have to be at the airport in an hour. I can't wait around.
Don't worry, he's always on time.
We're in too much of a hurry to walk. We're gonna take the bus.
George saw something that really caught his eye. A bus stop with lots of free maps.
George? George, this isn't our stop. We have a long way to go.
Next stop, First Street.
Uh-oh.
My portfolio! Wait! Stop! This is not a problem. This is not a problem. All that happened is the bus drove off with my presentation. The one I'm supposed to show in 7 minutes. Right. We have a map, so we know exactly where that bus is going. We just have to catch up with it. Taxi! Go! George!
I have to leave in 6 minutes.
He'll be here.
George needed to find something else moving in the right direction. The truck was going the wrong way. But he did find out how the sand gets into sandboxes.
Is that your bus stopped at 10th Street?
Yes, that's it! Do you see George anywhere?
Who's George? You want a bus, then a monkey, then a bicycle, then a portfolio, now a George.
I'm so sorry. I must get to the airport.
Oh, I'll wait here. When he shows up, I'll tell him you had to go.
George was so happy to stop, he almost didn't notice where he was. George had done it. He'd gotten there first.
Taxi! What is... Wow. Is this yours? Because I could use this. There's more. They're great.
There's George! Stop the cab! George, my portfolio, my drawings. Dr. Forbin.
Dr. Forbin? He didn't tell me to look for a Dr. Forbin.
You say these are your drawings? They're exactly what I need for science in our children's museum in Paris. I want you to come to Paris right away and work with me.
You hear that, George? We're going to Paris!
So you took a cab to catch a bus, to find a monkey, to get a portfolio, to show a doctor, to take a cab, to catch a plane, to go to Paris? That's a busy Sunday morning.
Please, hurry. We have a plane to catch in 1 minute.
Wow, this is the latest he's ever been for anything.
Okay, George, time for the seeds. We'll start with the eggplant. You didn't dump all 6 seed packets in there, did you? Oh, no, stop. You can't plant different seeds together. They won't grow right.
Mixing seeds might make interesting new plants.
Well, George, each type of seed has different needs and must be planted just right.
Mamma mia! I made you a special veggie pizza. Extra guava, the way you like it. So fast! You've already planted everything.
Well, Chef, actually, we...
The melon mounds. Soon your hills will be alive with the succulent fruit. And tomatoes. Ooh, drink deep, my rosy darlings. Someday, you will be in my marinara.
Oh, boy. I hope the grocer has seeds left.
Sorry, George. I'm all cleaned out.
Oh.
George hated to disappoint the chef. He always looked so happy on his box. Maybe different color seeds produce different plants. Sorting by both color and size, George ended up with 6 piles of different seeds. But George didn't know where to plant the seeds. Which ones were the corn? Which were tomatoes? And he forgot about those hungry pigeons. Those watermelon seeds matched the seeds in one of his piles.
That's going to be one crazy salad, George.
There were seeds inside the pepper. And they matched a pile too. And even the corn.
George, Professor Wiseman has a whole book about seeds. Wow.
Well, you don't need my help. You've got a monkey.
Well, I'll be. That's the last one. What should we do with the extra seeds?
George and the man with the yellow hat took excellent care of the roof garden together.
George.
Until at last, the vegetables were ready to be picked.
Everyone, please thank my friends for the delicious vegetables you are eating tonight. For you, eggplant parmesan alla Giorgio. And friend.
Oh, so good. Oh.
They say the best meals come from a chef's heart, but sometimes they come from the roof of a monkey.
I'm Howlin' Hal, continuing with our Bonnie Smooth Marathon.
I love Bonnie Smooth.
And for all you
you Bonnie Smooth lovers out there, now's your chance to win 2 free tickets to Bonnie's concert tonight.
Huh?
Hello, caller. So, what's Bonnie Smooth's favorite snack?
Raisins!
Come on down and get your front row tickets. First time in a radio station? Come on in. I'll show you how it works. That's the instructions for running a radio show, but you don't need it, 'cause I'm gonna show you. See these? These headphones let you hear how you sound and how the music sounds. Now I'm putting in the next song to play, so there won't be any silence between songs. The worst thing on the radio is dead air. That's when there's no music or talk, just nothing going out. Hey, how are you at howling? And here's Bonnie with her beautiful instrumental song, Sassafras Serenade.
Be a good little monkey.
Helping Hal would be fun. The CD player looked like the one at home. But everything else was totally new. Howlin' Hal said these were the instructions for running the show. Maybe it was Hal. George could ask him to come and let him out. Everything in this room had buttons. Which one was he supposed to push?
Howlin' Hal, I love you, man. Hey, can you howl for me? Woohoo! You're the best, man!
George did it. He'd figured out the phone. Now he only had 80 billion more buttons to go. Luckily, the man and Hal were back.
We're locked out.
Don't you have a key?
I dropped it somewhere around here. I used the book to keep the door open.
George wondered why they weren't opening the door.
Wait a minute. Earl the janitor, he has a key. Only Earl's at lunch, and that CD's about to run out.
That's when George realized they couldn't open the door either. Now what?
Huh?
What were they doing? Didn't they know there was no time for games? George knew all the Bonnie Smooth songs, and this one was about to end.
The worst thing on radio is dead air.
Hey, a triangle. Maybe it was the triangle button.
Good job!
He did it. Bonnie's calling soon, and Earl's still not back. We've got to find that key.
Oh, boy.
But he didn't know how to work the mic and those sliding things. He had the book.
I know. We'll make a model.
Done! It looks, terrible.
Close enough. The phone! We forgot the phone!
Hal and Hal?
The call wasn't coming through the phone this time. What had he forgotten?
Hal? Hal and Hal? Oh, I thought I'd missed you. How are you?
He did it! Yes!
Something good is coming. Don't know where or when. I feel my heart a-drumming. How long has it been?
I'm back. Did I miss anything? Hey, there's a monkey in the booth.
Not now. He's in the middle of an interview.
George was very proud of himself. He had run an entire radio station. Maybe someday, he could even learn how to tie his shoes.
Oh, dancing down the sidewalk, swinging on a breeze.
Hi there. I'm John Hundley. You must be George. I'm a Hatari, a medicine man. One thing I do is make paint. You see? Instead of painting with paint, I paint with sand.
Oh,
I grind different colored rocks into sand.
Ooh,
The canyon has all the paint supplies I need.
Ooh.
Whatever colors I can't find there, I make with food. And then to paint, I take the sand and let it slip through my hands like this. And there you are, a George in sand.
The man had to see this. John's painting used to be there. Now it was there, and there, and there.
George! John's going to go hunt fossils with us. Do you want to come? Or play with your rabbit friend?
He needed to fix the painting before they came back. But it was all sand-colored sand. And then George remembered.
Whatever colors I can't find, I can make with food.
Oh, there you are. Would you like a snack?
Now George had lots of colors to choose from.
George sure likes his fruits and vegetables.
Now he had lots of paint colors. Red, blue, orange, even purple.
Oh.
But no brown. And you can't make a monkey without brown. George knew where he could find some, though.
Hey there! Did you decide you wanted to dig for fossils? Here's a bucket for you.
Got a place for you right next to me.
Now that George had brown paint, he was ready to make the rest of his colors. Except the bunny had its own idea for the fresh fruit.
Oh, there you are, George. You took off so fast, I didn't get to ask what you'd like to drink. I have cranberry juice, carrot juice, grape juice, blueberry juice, wheatgrass juice.
The juice worked great. No mashing necessary. George had his paint, and his new friends had lunch. Only his sand didn't slip. Maybe it needed to dry. Watching paint dry was about as much fun as Well, watching paint dry.
He wants a hairdryer in the desert?
But instead of drying, his paint went flying. Plus, the bottles made painting a snap. George's friends had developed a real taste for art. But not Breeze's. It almost made him miss the sticky stuff.
Of course. Glue. Why didn't I think of that? A monkey with glue?
He had his paint, he had his canvas, and he had an audience. He glued. He painted. And if you put on too much sand, no problem. Only the sand on the glue stuck.
Wow. Is that a sand painting?
You are some artist.
For me? Thank you, but why?
That's okay. Sand paintings are supposed to get messed up. That's how the medicine is released. Some sand paintings are medicine, others are art.
Well, I guess giving glue to a monkey was a good thing after all.
Yeah? I say, George, think maybe you could make one for us next?
He sure could, but he'd need a new canvas.
Great idea, George. Mind if we take a crack at fixing it?
Well, sure, have at it. The Dinwoody front loader is all yours.
Thanks. Well, nothing to do but roll up our sleeves and start fixing this thing. Are you ready? Now, before we begin, we need to protect ourselves.
George tried to remember how a real front loader worked. Of course, if the scoop faced upward, then things wouldn't fall out.
Hang on, I have just the thing. Now, oh, where did I put that thing? Ah, here it is. Never leave home without an adjustable wrench. I've also got pickles. Want some? Now the toys are staying in there. I'll hold, and you tighten.
The front loader worked great now, except for one thing. George couldn't get toys into the scoop. George thought about the real front loader again. The scoop needed to be able to tilt.
You're right, George. Looks like we need to loosen things up.
Now the scoop could move. Now to lift the arm.
Well, that didn't work, but I think we're onto something.
George knew Aunt Sylvia was right. They needed a way to make the scoop move.
Great idea.
There was only one problem. How could George steer?
Now, don't you be discouraged. Reworking and revising is what engineering is all about. I learned that when I designed roller coasters. Sometimes you have to sit through a lot of slow rides before you can zoom.
What else could he use to control the scoop? George couldn't find a place to attach the rope.
Oh, that's no problem. Luckily, I've got Sheila. My drill. Isn't she a beauty? Perfect.
Now to see if it worked.
It works. Wonderful.
You fixed it. I'm gonna get my toy makers right on it. Do you mind if I use this as a sample?
Go right ahead. Well, partner, looks like it's mission accomplished.
Before long, George had his front loader back, and it worked like a dream.
That's it. That's it. Bring her in.
Their work was just one small step for a monkey and his aunt.
There you go. Good job, George.
But one giant leap for mud pies.
Great job! You knocked down one duck. Here's an eraser.
Oh, thanks. How come I'm a good duck knocker downer on your yard game, but terrible here?
Allie had a good point. What was the difference between there and here? Of course, when Allie had practiced at home, the cardboard ducks weren't moving. But how could he get them to move?
Ah, you wanted to see how the conveyor belt works. Well, you see, this belt is continuous. It makes a loop around these wheels. So when the machine is on, the belt goes around and around.
Some belts would be a good start.
George, have you seen my...
George, that's a great idea.
After removing the fenders and tires, George had his conveyor belt. Now for the cardboard ducks. It was almost like the game at the fair, but there was something missing. It was working. Allie was getting better with practice.
Hey, it looks like you're ready to go back to the fair.
Stop that bear!
Time for one more game?
You've got 3 minutes.
Just enough time.
All right, Allie.
like somebody's been practicing.
She sure has.
Two ducks to go. George could hardly stand it. Just one duck left.
Almost, Allie.
You know, I'm not sure I can do this. Maybe we should just come back next year.
Just try.
You're right. George. This is for you. Sure, for helping me to become a good duck knocker downer.
Wow, that is very nice of you, Allie.
You know, that duck game was pretty easy. I just had to practice, try hard, and not give up.
This was George's favorite fair ever. Allie learned to practice and got her ducks in a row. And George got a bear.
Oh, I can't wait for the Apple Festival next month. You'll want to go with me because I know everything about it. I'm really good at picking apples, you know, and bobbing for them and eating apple pie. Oh, I'm really one of the best apple pie eaters around.